How's it, guys? Welcome to Mike's Guitar Workshop. And thank you Marshall Music in Woodmead for sending me this PRS to have a look at. And this is the Eriza Verde or Eriza Verde, whichever way you like to pronounce it. And I believe the color is, the name is inspired by the creator of the color of this guitar. Of course, this is the SE C24, so that's the import version, and made for PRS in the Cortec factory in Indonesia. And basic specs: 24 frets, rosewood fretboard, maple neck, mahogany body, 1, 2, 3 piece, nice thick maple cap. I'll put the pictures up. A veneer, unlike the standard C24, which has got the standard 85-15 pickups in it. This has got the new TCI tuned pickups. So after the sound demo, we might bring that one and then we can compare the two pickup sounds to see what's changed, if anything. So right, as per usual, excellent build quality. There's absolutely nothing to see, moving right along. But no, seriously guys, a 3-piece neck, and this heel has not been glued on. It's actually part of the original piece of wood. There are 3 pieces of maple glued together, out of which they carve the neck. And it doesn't even have a scarf joint either. So the little wings are glued on, obviously. So for all intent and purposes, it's been carved out of 1 piece of 3-piece wood, if that makes any sense. Now this particular model, the 08, this is the 24-08, has got the new little toggle switches over here. And I did open it up at the back here to have a look, and unfortunately it does not have the little resistors inside to steal a little bit of signal from the coil that is grounded. So that's an unfortunate thing. The USA version does have that. And what that does is it basically leaves it, it stays a humbucker, although it only takes 10 or 15% of the coil that should be ground and adds that to the signal. So that kind of beefs up the single coil sound and eliminates some hum. But anyway, that's an easy fix. In fact, look at my video of this guitar that I modded, and you'll see how easy that is. And the same can be applied to this, to beef up that single coil sound a little bit, to make it more in line with the CE24, which is an absolute tone monster. So anyway, moving on, 3-way toggle switch, and this one is a bit stiff, but a bit of grease inside there, white grease of course, we'll sort that out. Full-size pots, tone, volume, no push-pull here because you have the little toggles, right? I was playing a little bit with this, and I'm so used to pulling the pots to split the coils that this took a little bit of getting used to, particularly when this, I must say, adjustable tension trem arm is hanging here. It kind of gets a little bit in the way. But there's a little set screw over here, and then you can just adjust the tension. So when you put it there, it also stays there. I haven't touched this guitar. I haven't set it up. I've done nothing. It's out of the box. So let's go through that. We'll start at the top. Standard PRS tuners, but they are very good. There's really no reason to change these. The only thing I would do is I found that the tension between the tuners is not even. Some are very loose and some are slightly tighter. But that's an easy fix. A little Phillips head screwdriver and just a quarter of a turn either way, just to get them a nice even tension. And then that's sorted. And then they won't go out of tune. Moving on to the nut. This is their special nut that they use, special material. It's not plastic, it's something else. And when you drop it on a hard surface, it goes bling-a-ling, so it's quite a hard material. But I've just running my hand here now, and on this version I noticed that the nut is a bit short, because I can feel the fretboard edge over here, and I can feel the fretboard edge over there. So that's a bit of a... that one doesn't have that. That one is smooth. So I'm just feeling that as I'm going along here. It's not a major. I'm just mentioning it. Some very nicely polished frets all around, and the fret ends perfect. Absolutely perfect. Slightly rolled fretboard, so that makes it very comfortable as you're coming around here. I know that the old versions that were not made in the Cortec factory had a very squared off fretboard. So when they radius the neck, of course that'll create a very sharp edge just over here. And in the old versions, I'm talking pre-2020, I found personally, the 5 that I had or owned, that the fretboard was just uncomfortable. But in this new version, as well as that C24, that seems to have been addressed, so this feels very good. Happy days there. Let's just check the setup as we go. So I'm just going to check the relief quickly. Yeah, okay. So this would benefit from a good setup because the relief is quite high. I'm going to call that, just eyeing it, at least 1 millimeter. So that's way too much. Let's check the action at the nut. That seems good. So just a bit of tensioning of the neck will sort that out. Although, having said that, before you do that, this guitar comes with 42 9s. So they're pretty light gauge. So if you were to go to 10s, or in my case, I put 11s on, then you'd have to reset the neck again anyway, because that'll pull the neck up quite a bit more. So that you would need to look at. Let's look at the string radius. Okay, in this case, it would also need to be adjusted. This string is a bit high. It's not bad, but it's not great. I'll be completely honest. The other strings seem to be okay. It's just that this string seems to be a bit high. The action is very high. I usually do my little 3-card test because I've just got it handy, and that's 1.2 millimeters, and that's where I set my guitars to. And this one, I would say, is between 5 and 6 cards. So that's 2 millimeters action over there. So that can be addressed by your local tech. In fact, if you buy this guitar, or any guitar really, I would just ask the shop to do a setup for you, or send it to their guy to do a setup. But by the time you get it home, it's perfect. Moving on, I'm looking at the pickups, and they're not even. The bridge, the neck pickup is nice and well adjusted. In fact, it's not. Both pickups, in fact, this bridge pickup is very slanted. This one is slightly slanted, and there's no reason for it to be like that. So, okie dokie. The finish is nice. There's no marks, no runs, well polished. Let's look at the back. Also very good. No bleed. A bit of a binding here, natural binding on the wood. It's just a wood binding, which is the maple cap. And it's a proper maple cap, eh? It just doesn't have any figuring, so then they put a veneer over the top. But that's fine. So I would say on this model, that one was almost perfect. But this one does need just a little bit of attention. It's not great. The trem is floating, I see. Is parallel to the top, so that's nice. So basically just the pickups adjusted, set the relief, and you should be good to go. And then of course on this particular one, just the string radius is not even. I can just see that by eye. But anyway, it's not a major. Let's have a listen. Now I'm just going through my Boss GX100, and this has been set up for my CE24, and I just plugged my custom the SE in, and it just works. And that's basically what I do. So I'm not going to make new patches, so this guitar should just sound the way it sounds. So we'll go through some tones. Let's work out on the split coils and see how we do there. So this toggle here is for the neck humbucker, and this toggle is for the bridge. So let's listen to that. So I won't play the whole riff, we'll just quickly toggle through and you can just hear the difference in sound. So we'll start with both in humbucker. We'll split the neck. We'll split the bridge. We'll only split the bridge. Very subtle, the difference. Let's try that with a bit of dirt. Maybe that'll make more of a difference. I'll be honest, I'm not hearing it. So you'll see then if you prefer the new TCI pickups, or if you prefer the original 8515 pickups. And of course, if you can live with this color. It's pretty green. I would have preferred to see just a bit of a burst fade here, and maybe a slightly darker green. So this might not be for everybody. It is available in another color as well. I'll put a picture up for that. So there we have it, guys. The PRS SE C24-08 Eriza Verde. Verde, did I say that correctly? Version. And that's probably based on the color, because besides that there's really no difference to the C24 over there. So yeah, if you guys, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.